Good evening and welcome back. Now tonight, up to 6 people may face trial over the murder of an employee of a Westlands-based 3-star hotel, Fenesi Gardens. Wycliffe Onyango was killed inside the furnished apartments and his body carried out of the premises before a script was formulated to indicate that he was killed by a mob. Our investigations unit has been on this story, and tonight we are blowing the cover on a perpetual cover-up of the killing at Fenesi Gardens. Did Wycliffe Onyango have to die? Brian Abuya with this exclusive report, Murder and a Cover-Up.
Funeral arrangements are underway in Kawangware's Muslim area. Wycliffe Onyango is a problem. He is a problem because he is dead. Wycliffe was a 23-year-old man working here at the Fenesi Gardens as a housekeeper. The fully furnished residential apartments in Westlands is responsible for receiving both short-term and long-term guests who come to enjoy the serenity of one of Nairobi's posh places. It is here in Westlands where Wycliffe Onyango, born sometime in 1996, worked before he met his brutal murder.
Na huyo kijana alikuwa anaendelea kuuliza hawa watu, mnanipiga juu ya nini? Because mimi sio mwizi. Ningekuwa na nia mbaya kuchukua hii simu, ningechukua simu na nitoe line na nizime hiyo.
Mimi kifo ya ndugu yangu ilinistua sana. Mtu tulisomesa mtoto alitoka nyumbani last year akuja jitafutie. Tulikuwa na communicated kwa simu. Tukaongea. Hata kifo yake ilinistua mimi. Ndugu yangu anakufa Saturday, mimi napata ripoti Monday kitu kama saa 10 kitu kama saa 1.
It all began on August 9th this year. The management says he had picked a phone belonging to one of the members of staff, Walter Juma, who had forgotten his phone at his place of work. But the deceased reportedly said he took the phone from somewhere on a nearby road and went home with it. About an hour later, Juma's phone rang. It was Herman, one of the receptionists, calling. Wycliffe Onyango picked the phone, explained the circumstances, and promised to bring it the next day. This will be the beginning of a disciplinary plot that quickly degenerated into a murder and an attempted cover-up. On Saturday, August 10th this year, this CCTV camera installed at the gate of Fenesi Gardens captures Wycliffe entering the gates of the Westlands best residence a few minutes to 7 a.m. Wycliffe is briefly kept at the guard sentry before he is escorted to the staff changing room. It is here that the guards are spotted pacing around the compound, collecting weapons and beating up the man inside the room away from the coverage. Pictures that surfaced later on show the extent of the cruel beating. A moment of madness at the Fenesi Gardens was about to turn tragic. At 26 minutes past 8 a.m., a manager, Mr. Daniel, is captured driving into the apartment. He walks to the scene of the deadly beating and then appears to make a call. From this footage, it would appear, through this gesture and through an interview with one of the suspects, it was Mr. Daniel who ordered the body of Wycliffe Onyango be carried and dumped outside the premises. 3 guards who had beaten life out of the 23-year-old boy carried the body, before another member of staff by the name Klaus was ordered by Daniel, the manager, to come and help. The body is dumped here, about 70 meters from Fenesi Gardens apartments. At 8:55 in the morning, with blood on their hands, the guards resumed duty. Police attached to Spring Valley will then be told of how the housekeeper was beaten to death by unknown assailants. Police were told a mob descended on the young man along School Lane in Westlands. It was a perfectly knitted lie meant to cover up the truth. It has emerged, or so the public has been made to believe, that Wycliffe Onyango was rushed to Eagle's clinic in Kangemi, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. KTN's investigations unit is tonight asking glaring questions that are opening up the cover-up into Wycliffe's murder story. The first step into that perpetual cover-up was to carry his body outside the Fenesi Gardens and link the Dawn murder to a mob killing. The second step will be to allege that the deceased died at a hospital in Kangemi. If Wycliffe was still alive in Westlands and in critical condition, it has refused to make sense over 10 days later how and why those who took him ignored Medanta Africa, Westlands Medical Center, MP Shah Hospital, Chiromolen Medical Center, the Aga Khan University Hospital, the Mata Hospital, Sarit Center Health Facility, Kijabe Hospital, Blaze Medical Center, and over 5 others which were nearby, only to drive with a critically bleeding patient 15 kilometers away to Kangemi. It is not clear where the housekeeper's body was for over 10 hours. Between the time he was dumped outside his place of work at about 8:30 in the morning to the time when his body was being registered with the city coroner at 4 minutes to 8 in the night. The Armstrong Young Security Company has since owned up the killing, pushing blame to the management of the Fenesi Gardens apartments, saying they watched over the murder and even began the cover-up.
Statement by the guards or by the security officers, they alluded to the fact that they had been instructed by the manager of the hotel to beat up this gentleman. We have not confirmed with the manager whether he gave those instructions. But then if that did happen, then that would be very unfortunate. But be that as may, they should still not take such instructions. Even if they were given those instructions are illegal. And as we know, you are not bound to take illegal instructions.
Sasa ni kitu tunataka ni justice kwa ndugu yetu. Na hatutarudi nyuma, hata tutafanya nini. Ni hiyo ndio tunataka. Hata kama tutafanya nini, ni hiyo ndio tunataka. Because kijana hakuwa mwizi, alipata simu ya mwenzake akibaki pale. Of which angekuwa ni mimi ndio ningepata hiyo simu. Ningechukua na mwenye simu afanya nini? Apate kesho yake.
A post-mortem examination by a Dr. Evelyn revealed that Wycliffe had bruises at the right side of the face. Onyango's body had defense marks on the hands and back. It was soiled on the face and teeth. Dr. Evelyn, who conducted the examination at City Mortuary, concluded that Wycliffe died of the beating and the harassment sustained that morning. Fenesi management has refused all requests to speak to KTN News about the incident. For now, the family of Wycliffe Onyango is yet to come to terms with the cold-blooded murder of their son. Police, on the other hand, are yet to effect arrests of the men who killed Wycliffe Onyango. The boy who completed his Form 4 last year, through what the family says was a struggle, came to Nairobi seeking for a job only to be killed and an attempt made to cover up the murder. Brian Obuya, KTN News.
We definitely hope justice will be served and be seen to be served in that matter. Now, a row over jurisdiction fees between police officers in Murang'a and Machakos counties has resulted into laxity to collect the body of a woman murdered 3 days ago. The situation raising concern in an area that has witnessed insecurity in the recent past. Here now is Judge Maringa with this and other stories from the counties.
It is often said that forests are essential for life on Earth. However, the expansive Nguye forest, covered by substantial green vegetation covers, has been turned into a den of death. It is here that the body of a 57-year-old woman was recovered after she was allegedly murdered by her 52-year-old lover. The forest, which is shared by Murang'a and Machakos counties, is now the cause of anger among residents who have cried foul of a laxity by police from both counties. According to them, the said body had not been collected for 3 days due to jurisdiction differences between Murang'a and Machakos police over who should take charge.
County haina beacons kwa sababu hakuna mtu anaweza uliza hata security forces kama wanaweza vuka kidogo kwenda kuhudumia wananchi, kwa sababu Kenya ni moja. Hatutambui sisi ni nani wa Murang'a ama ni nani wa Machakos, kwa sababu we regard ourselves ama tunajiona kama familia, kama watu ya Kenya, na kwa hivyo wasitugawanye na kutuonyesha ati huku ni Murang'a na huku ni Machakos.
The area has reportedly had several cases of insecurity, and residents are now calling for swift action from the security agencies.
Mimi kwa sababu sina uwezo mwingine, changu ni kuomba serikali ile ambayo inatulinda na inalinda watu wa area na hata wanalinda Kenya ichukua hatua ile inastahili, kwa sababu kitambulisho tumepata, hata huduma namba yake iko hapa.
IG polisi aangalie hii maneno ya watu yake, hii mambo ya ulegevu kwa kazi, kwa sababu hatuwezi kuwa ati wananchi wanalala kwa kichaka wakikaa na maiti kwa msitu na polisi hawawezi onekana, wanapiga simu tu.
The body was later collected by Murang'a County Police officers and taken to Thika General Cargo Morgue. Meanwhile, in Mwingi, a 20-year-old man has been arrested in Mwingi, Kitui County for ferrying over 3 million Kenya shillings in cash during a multi-agency crackdown. 3 Nairobi-bound buses from Northeastern were also nabbed and contraband goods seized, among them bags of charcoal, plastic bags, canned fish and rolls of clothing.
Tunaambia wananchi ya kwamba vitu kama they are not customed, the government want to collect the revenue, and that is one way of killing the government. Watu waende kwa customs department walipie.
According to police, the goods are alleged to have originated from the neighboring country of Somalia. These, even as majority of the seized cargo has been banned in Kenya. Investigations into the matter is ongoing. George Maringa, KTN News.